About 4 days ago, a plane landed at Idlewild Airport. The plane came from the Middle East, bearing a man who claims to be 2,000 years old. He spent the last 6 days at the Mayo Clinic. Sir? Sir, is it true that you are 2,000 years old?
Oh, boy. Yes.
You are it's hard to believe, sir, because in the history of man, nobody's ever lived more than 167 years, as the man from Peru would claim to be. But you claim to be 2,000.
Yes, I'm not yet. I'll be 2000, October 16th. Yes.
You will be 2,000. When were you born?
We didn't have formal years and names and writing. We didn't know.
I see. And what?
Nobody kept time then. See, we didn't know, we didn't write, we just sat around and we pointed in the sky and we said, whoa, hot boy, you know?
That's all you said?
We didn't even know it was the sun. We thought
You mean you really didn't know anything?
We didn't know anything. We were so dumb and stupid.
Sir.
We didn't know who was a lady.
But they were.
They was with us. We didn't know who they were. We didn't know who was the ladies and who was fellas.
You thought they were just different type of fellas?
Yes, they're stronger or smaller or softer. The softer ones, I think, were ladies all the time.
Well, how did you find out they were ladies?
A cute fat guy could have mistaken him for a lady. Soft and cute.
Who was the person who discovered the female?
Bernie.
Who was Bernie?
Bernie, one of the first leaders of our group.
And he discovered the female? How did it happen?
He said, hey, there's ladies here.
I'm very interested to find out how Bernie discovered the woman.
Well,
How did it come to pass?
One morning, he got up smiling. So he said, I think there's ladies here. So I said, well, what do you mean, you know? So he said, because in the night, I was thrilled and delighted, see? So then he went into such a story that it's hundreds of years later, I still blush.
Sir, could you give us the secret of your longevity?
Well, the major thing is that I never, ever touch fried food. I don't eat it, I wouldn't look at it, and I don't touch it. And they never run for a bus, they'll always be covered. Even if you're late from work, you know, I never run for a bus, I never ran, I just strolled jaunty, jolly, walking to the bus stand, you know.
Yeah, well, there were no buses in the time of
in my
Iraq.
In my time, I mean,
What was the means of transportation then?
mostly fear.
Fear transported you?
Fear, yes. You would see an animal would growl, you would go 2 miles in a minute.
So I'd like to find out about some social customs, the origination of social customs. For instance, singing. How did that start?
Oh, it stems from fear.
Could you explain that?
Because in the old days, and when I say the old days, I don't mean the George M. Carlin days.
I mean, 2,000 years ago.
I mean, it was rocks and caves.
Yeah. I'm asking you, sir, how song came.
So song came about when you really had to communicate when you were in trouble. You couldn't say help.
Yes.
What the heck is saying help?
Yes.
Say help, baby. Say hello. They don't even hear you. Good morning. You say help, you say good morning.
Yes.
Song started when you really had to. You were in trouble. You had to get somebody. You said, help!
That was the first song.
Yes, I know.
I see. So in other words, fear.
Right,
was the
fear
first.
caused singing.
We thought happiness did.
Oh, and the songs came out of it. A lion is eating my foot off. Somebody call a car. A lion is eating my foot off. Somebody call a car.
A lion is eating my foot off. Somebody call a car. A lion is eating my foot off. Somebody call a car.
I see. Well, very interesting to hear the derivation of songs. We never...
Oh, the first songs were only help songs.
Yeah. We always thought songs...
Want to hear another help song?
Yeah, how about an anthem?
We had a national anthem.
What was the anthem?
Well, you see, it was very fragmented. Fragments.
Yes.
It wasn't nations.
Yes.
It was caves.
Yes.
Each cave.
Was a nation.
Each cave had a national anthem.
Yes. Well, do you remember the national anthem of your cave?
I certainly do. I'll never forget it. You don't forget a national anthem in a minute.
Let me hear it, sir.
Let them all go to hell except Cave 70. How did the custom of two people shaking hands come? How did the handshake come to be? The handshake, as you know... I don't, that's why I'm asking. The handshake is also stemmed from fear. Everything seems to stem from fear. Of course. Everything we do is based on fear. Even love? Mainly love. How can love stem from fear? What do you need a woman for? You know what you need her for? What? In my time? Yes. To see if an animal is behind you. You can't see alone, you got no eyes in the back of your head. You take two eyes, happens to be a lady. I see. You say, lady, will you look behind me for a while? That was the first... That was the main purpose. The first marriages was, will you take a look behind me? Okay. How long you want? Forever. We're married. I see. And you'd walk back to back for the rest of your life? Yes, you only look at her once in a while. When you knew you were safe? When you knew you're on high ground. Now, let's get back to the handshake, sir. It started how? Through fear? It started with, to see if a fella had a rock or a dagger in his hand. Grab his hand. Hi there, Charlie. It wasn't for how you doing, Bertram? It was... You know, you held the hand. You held that hand. Then you looked and you opened it up. Then you shook it a little. And that's the way the handshake started? You had a shake. It may have a stone. How did dancing? Small stone, a marble, it could stick it in your arm. Shake his hand free. What else did they do? He could hold a rubber band there. He could give you a smack in the nose. Well, how did dancing start? Dancing is the same thing. Fear again. You see, fear. The only thing you could do with a hand is to see if there was a rock or a marble or a rubber band or a nail or something that could stick in your head, right? Yes. Okay. But you're only immobilizing one hand. Right. Dancing is to complete immobilization. Both hands. Both hands. And you keep the feet busy so it can't kick you. I see. And that's how dancing. Who's hiding you? I see. Yes, but I think most people are interested in living a long and fruitful life as you have. You mentioned... Fruit is good, too. You mentioned fruit. Yeah. Fruit kept me going for 140 years once when I was on a very strict diet. Mainly nectarines. I love that fruit. It's half a peach, half a plum. But it's a hell of a fruit. I love it. Not too cold, not too hot, you know, just nice. What has been even a rotten one is good. I love it. That's how much I love them. I'd rather eat a rotten nectarine than a fine plum. What do you think of that? I can understand that. Yes, that's how much I love them. Yes, I can understand that. Yes. Sir? Some good things. Sir, what did you do for a living? Well, many years ago, thousands of years ago, there was no heavy industry. We know that. The most things that we manufactured or we made, the most things that we ever made was we would take a piece of wood, see, and rub it, and rub it, and rub it, and rub it, then clean it and look at it and hit earth with it. Whack! And hit a tree with it. For what purpose? Just to keep busy. There was nothing. There was not absolutely nothing to do. We had no jobs, don't you?
What other jobs were there? There must have been something else besides hitting a tree with a
No,
piece of stick.
well, hitting a tree with a piece of stick was already a good job. I mean, you couldn't get that job, you know?
What job?
Mainly was sitting and looking in the sky was a big job. And another job was watching each other was one thing.
What language did you speak at that time?
They spoke rock, basic rock.
Basic rock.
Yeah.
That was before Hebrew.
Yeah, it was 200 years before Hebrew was the rock language or rock talk.
Could you give us an example of that?
Hey, don't throw that rock at me. You put that rock. Hey, what are you doing with the rock there? Call a policeman, for God's sake. Put that rock away.
I see.
That was a rock.
Do you remember your Hebrew, sir?
Yes, I
Would you
I think I remember it fluently.
Because I understand the modern Hebrew is different from the
Yes, it
archaic.
differs in some of the phonetic alliterations and patterns.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we hear an example of the ancient Hebrew?
The very ancient Hebrew is, oh, hi there. Hello. Hello there, how are you? I'm all right, how are you?
That's English.
Oh, wait.
Do you remember any Hebrew?
Very little, I think. I don't think I remember it. I must have forgot a great deal of it.
I think you forgot it all, sir.
Maybe all, yes. Maybe all.
Yes.
Thousands of years since I needed it.
Now, sir, did you ever have any formal job, as we know it today?
Yeah, well, I was a manufacturer. I was an owner.
What kind of a factory did you have?
I had I used to make the Star of David, the Jewish stars. I was one of the first makers
Oh,
of
yes,
that.
the little thing you wear as a...
As soon as religion came in, I was one of the first in that.
And,
I figured this is a good thing.
yes, and how did you make them? Did you have tools?
Well, we didn't have a lathe. I employed 6 men, each with a point. And they used to run together in the middle of the factory. And in their great speeds, they would fuse. And it would
Just making a star.
Yes, we would make 2 a day because of the many accidents. You have 6 men running at high speed. But boy, you know it. Plenty of accidents.
You never thought of going into anything else?
No, I had an offer once.
What was
A
it?
fella came to me, Simon.
What did Simon ask you to do?
He said if you have a new thing, a new item, a winner, it looks like a winning item that is going to be a big seller, it's called a cross. And I looked at it, and I turned it over, and I looked on all sides of it, and I said, it's simple. It's too simple. I didn't know then it was eloquent.
You mean
No, I didn't know it would be such a hit.
You turned him down.
And I said, I'm sorry, but I'm too busy. See, I could have fired 4 men. 2 men run together, bang, you got a cross. I couldn't say, I would have had over $100 today if I went in with crosses.
It's a shame.
But they're in everywhere.
Yes, certainly. Do you have a few moments, sir?
What do you need, money or the time?
No, we have to cut away for a message now.
Okay, let's do it. Is it in English?
Yes.
By the way, sir, are you married?
I have been married several hundred times.
Several hundred
Yes.
times?
Yes.
You have been married? Do you remember all your wives?
One I remember well.
Which one was that?
The third one, Shirley. I remember her redhead.
What? I'm afraid to ask the next question. You had many hundreds of wives.
Hundreds and hundreds of wives.
How many children do you have?
I have over 42,000 children, and not one comes to visit me. In the afternoon.
Oh, that's
Yes.
terrible.
Too bad. They forget a father. Sure. That's how they are.
That's awful, sir. It's really... You mean to say there isn't one daughter that
Many
favors
daughters,
you?
but they, you know how they are. Children, good luck to them. Let them go and be happy. I don't want, listen, let them be happy. As long as they're happy, I don't care. But they could send a note and write how you pop, how you doing, pop, you know. Something. No, they don't.
Sir, You must have known some great men in your time. You did travel throughout
I
the
knew
world.
the great and the near great.
Could I ask you about some of these?
Certainly. I'll tell you the true whether I knew or not.
For instance, people are very interested in somebody like Joan of Arc. A lot has been written about her, and we read a lot about her.
What a cute. Joan of Arc.
You knew Joan of Arc.
I went with her, dummy. I went with her.
Nowhere in history do we know of Joan going with anybody.
Well, they don't print that. They don't print everything.
You didn't marry her.
No, I didn't marry her because she was on a mission, you know.
Yes,
She used to say to me, I gotta save France. I used to say, look, I gotta wash up. You say France, and I'll see you later. After you say France, I'll wash up, you know.
How did you
Her
feel?
in her way, me and mine.
Yes. How did you feel about her being burnt at the stake?
Terrible. See, I didn't know.
Sir, how about some of the legendary characters who supposedly might have existed? For instance, Robin Hood. Did he exist?
Oh, yeah, lovely man. Ran around in the forest.
Did he really steal from the rich and give to the poor?
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
He stole from everybody and kept everything.
Well, how did legend
How did legend?
spring up that he was...
He had a fella, Marty. Marty, the press agent, ran in all the papers and wrote in scrolls. He took from the rich and gave to the poor. Who knew? Who knew? He'd give you such a knock in the head when he robbed you, you wouldn't remember anything anyway.
In other words,
He was a tough guy.
I hate to have our legendary figures smashed like
Well,
this.
I hate to smash him for you.
Sir, would you discuss with us, for instance, somebody like William Shakespeare?
Oh, what a pussycat.
Now, are you saying that you knew
What
him
a
personally?
pussycat.
You did know him personally?
Oh, but that little beard, but that cute hair.
And
Oh, but he's
He was-
good and smart.
yes,
Oh, was he smart?
It was reputed, and I guess you're agreeing that he was the greatest writer of
Oh,
all
no.
time.
Oh, no. Hey, hold up. Hee-haw, whoa.
What do you mean, sir? You just said he was brilliant and
boy.
smart, and I said he was
No,
the greatest
sir.
writer of
A
all
cute man and a pussycat.
Yes? Not a great writer?
Not a good writer at all.
He was not a great writer.
Shakespeare was not a good writer, no. He
Well, how
was
can
a
you say
dreadful
that?
writer.
Well, he wrote 37 of the greatest works.
Did you ever see the original, the first folios?
You mean they were edited by somebody
Never
else?
mind that. Did you see the folios?
No, I never saw them. Did you see
I saw the folios. You want to see what they were? But blots, but ink, but a nail that looked like a T, but a name you didn't know was an N, a no could be a P. Every letter was cockeyed and crazy. Don't tell me he was a good writer. He had the worst penmanship I ever saw in my life.
Oh, I see. But he did, as it was reputed, he did write 37 of the greatest plays of all.
38.
I only know of 37. Would you care to look at this list, sir? These
That
30
is the list that has come down through the ages.
Those are the
Yes,
37.
that's the
Are there
list.
any that should be there?
Yes.
What's that?
Queen Alexandra and Murray. I never heard of that,
No,
huh?
I never did. Was there any... Is there any copy of this in existence?
This is a play that I put invested money in.
Well, it probably was the only one that didn't come to light.
Come to light, it closed in Egypt.
Well, sir, do you remember any of the dialogue of Queen Alexandra and Murray?
Queen Alexandra turned to Murray and said, "What ho, Murray? What could it have been that I have seen? Is it not in my marrow? Are we not of one on ourselves?" And he would say to her, "What are you hollering?" What are you hollering?
Sir, that doesn't sound to me...
Wake up the whole castle, you know.
Sir, what did you do 2,000 years ago to entertain each other?
Fucking wing.
What, no, were there any?
What do you mean?
Were there comedians?
Oh, sure.
Do you remember any of them?
No.
2,000 years ago?
Primitive days. Let me see. I remember one comedian gave us some laugh. Boy, we were hysterical.
Who was
Gave us
he?
some good laugh. Murray the Nut.
What
Yes.
did he do?
Oh, did he give us a laugh? A tiger came in the cave one afternoon, sauntered in, uninvited, naturally. Nobody asked for a tiger to walk in. I knew, right? Tiger came in, and Murray, you know, the joker, the tumbler, you know, the nut. He jumps up and he grabs the tiger by the tail and goes, and he went, yaha, yaha, yaha. And the tiger turned around and ate him up in a minute. And did we get hysterical? We were laughing, boy. We laughed
Well,
from that
that's,
joke.
uh,
That
very...
the best joke we ever had.
Well, sir, that's not very funny. That's
Well, what
rather-
did we have? RKOs then? That's what we had.
Yeah, but, I mean, that,
We
I
had
would
it.
consider that...
That was the best we had.
I would
Murray
if
took a tiger.
That was entertainment.
Yes.
But I would consider that in the realm of tragedy rather than comedy. How do you
Well,
differentiate between
it's a
tragedy?
point of view. To me, tragedy, if it is, if I'll cut my finger, that's tragedy. It bleeds and I'll cry and I'll run around and I'll go into Mount Sinai for a day and a half. I'm very nervous about it. And to me, comedy is if you walk into an open sewer and die. What do I care? That's comedy.
I see. That's your
My finger is important.
see. Yes. In the 2,000 years you've lived, you've seen a lot of changes.
Certainly.
What is the biggest change you've seen?
In 2,000 years, the greatest thing mankind ever devised, that I think, in my humble opinion, is saran wrap. You can put a sandwich in it, you can look through it, you can touch it, and put it over your face and pull around and everything. It's so good and cute, you can wrap it up.
You equate this
I love it. You can put 3 olives in it and put a little one. You can put 10 sandwiches in and make a big saran. Whatever you want, it clings and it sticks.
You equate this
You
with
can look right through it.
You equate this with man's discovery of space?
That was good. That was good. That was a good thing.
Sir, we
Yes, yes.
we have to take time out for a message now.
Why do you have to take time out? You take the message, I'll keep talking. That was a good message.
Well, sir, we don't have too much more time, but we all here would like to know your code.
Well, all right. Is this it?
Your
My
Honor.
farewell?
Farewell address.
Hello there. This is 2,000 years talking to you from the depths of back there when we was. Now I'm still and they not. And I just want to say, keep your smile on your face and stay out of a Ferrari or any small Italian car. Stay out of them. And I want to tell you that it's been a wonderful 2,000 years, and you've been a wonderful civilization. And it's been a thrill living for 2,000 years. And eat a nectarine, it's the best fruit ever made. Jack
Thank you.